Hello.
Got me a minute.
Hello, everybody. I'm just let me get out of here. I'm just in Wetherspoon. So, yes, Jason, wake up UK. Thank you for sharing. I don't know why it's jumping around like it is. What's going on? Hello. Oh, wait a minute. Let me turn this round. How are you doing?
You don't want to see me, do you?
Yes. Hang on, it's got a mind of its own. This thing. I'm not got
It looks
control.
really tricky stuff.
I've not got
I like
control of it. It's really sensitive. How are you doing?
All right, good.
Good. What have you been up to?
Lots and lots, saving souls, as per the normal run-of-the-mill thing you do today. You know, in this crazy world. I know.
Isn't it just?
Absolutely crazy. But that's what we've been doing. We've been given.
So how you explain to the folk at home? How have you been saving souls there?
Well, we've been doing lots of outreach work in relationship to this, what they call a vaccine, which is not a vaccine. It's a
use code.
Well, it's a
jab.
It's a shot, whatever no, you call it what it really is. It's a shot.
I know, yeah,
you know?
It's a shot. Yeah, it's not what you said first.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It doesn't fit any of the criteria. Anyway, that's what was putting out loads of liability notices for NHS workers, care workers, and giving them, basically trying to help them as much as we possibly can to, point them in the right direction in the way that they can hold these employers and the government to account for the crimes that are trying to commit upon them.
Yeah. I'm just seeing there's a little bit of a delay on this. I don't know whether I've got it on the right setting or what, but is that it? Yeah, let me see where the messages are. Can people hear us all right? Don't know if there's any.
Can you see that?
Yeah, let me just oh, hang on, turns it off.
It's a hell of a bit of a kit, like.
I know, I need some practice. I need to go on the road.
Right, what I'm showing you there on the camera, that's an ongoing case at the International Criminal Court where a Nobel laureate, Professor Luc Montagnier, is with what we've always stated, that the fact that it's a biological chemical weapon to cause harm. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah. I'm going to... so you've put that out to who, sorry? Have you put that out to the...
No, this is a case that's actually ongoing at the International Criminal Court there now.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can... Well, I need to get a bit closer.
Well, I'll tell you what, you've got our cards, haven't you? Send us an email, I'll send you the document.
Yeah.
Because it's to be fair, it's only highlighted because obviously it's a lot.
Attention.
Yeah, well, especially when you do this, you just want, look, that's what you need to read there.
We just smile through it, don't we?
Oh, well, what else would you do? If you sat down and thought about it, you'd probably cry, but we don't. We're not criers, we're fighters.
Yeah.
And we're going to fight these monsters.
Definitely.
To the last drop of blood.
If anybody's watching, well, whoever's watching, can you just give us a little hi if you can hear us all right? Because I'm struggling with my kit. I don't know if I've got it on wrong setting or what, but it's
looks very sophisticated.
I know. Do you know what? I'm very basic. I don't like technologies. But anyway, I don't even know what it's supposed to be on. To be honest.
I think there's going to be a little bit of learning getting done with it, isn't it?
I know. It's like.
I can see why it's jumping. Is that just a signal though?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I might.
Yeah, that's right.
I might take it out of here and see. I'll probably do it there. But
It is definitely jumping.
I'm going to take that out of there.
You see what's that screen. That's your signal.
Is it my signal?
Could be deliberate.
Yeah. I'm blaming my kitten. It's not, is it?
It's your signal.
They've actually asked us
That wouldn't
in the
surprise
final
me.
hour yesterday.
Oh, sorry, I'm going to get it's rude, that, isn't it? Right in his face.
Doesn't make
He loves it, really.
Are you alright, Kevin? How you doing? I know we spoke before.
He loves it.
You too. Where you going?
I'm going over there. I'm meeting Denny at the monument.
Is there any police or anything
Are you
around?
doing the videos
not
today
seen
then?
Yeah,
Something
I'm not sure if there's. I've asked. Jumping around. There's a bit of a delay.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's taken out where I think
That's weird. Better watch out your way, ladies.
there's enough people who are trying to resist it. So, I know it's putting junctions in. It's putting that kind of on
So let me just. I'm just gonna have to.
to beat the hook with it, you know what I mean? Maybe I better go because I'm
Jason, if you're watching, can you?
I'm going to be with them. So he's going to join us. So how many?
Yeah, we'll have to see. 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock over there, but no thank you, darling.
City have a look better. And
I'm going to keep it rolling just in case it's
Great
alright.
column, fantastic. And I looked at such historic. That's all about freedom, you know that. Oh, great! It's all about freedom. It's about.
Yeah.
This is all about freedom, isn't
This
it?
is all about.
Yes,
it's
it
all
is.
about removing your rights. And
That's what I was going to speak about. So I'm going to do a little speech, but I have got it written down because I'm not a public speaker.
I'll just think about it when
Yeah, I would. You're perfect.
We've got bits of paper.
Yeah, doo-doo, like that.
I've just written mine in the pub.
Okay.
Are you, Wendy? I hope your canoe's alright.
A lot of the nurses in the NHS are thinking now, the registered nurses that I've spoken to, speak to loads, the majority of them are thinking, well, I'm not face to face.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But Sajid David said co-workers.
Yeah,
He said protect co-workers as well.
Yeah.
So it's not just about patient facing.
No,
They want the whole of the NHS workforce.
care about anybody,
No.
individual.
did you see how angry he got on that? Was it when going on about how 37%? Why is 37% not good enough? What do you want? Do you want 100% protection? Well, that's what people expected. Yeah, not 37%.
Here with
Yeah.
a vaccine for such a deadly thing that's happening.
And everyone's dropping down dead. I mean, I haven't worn a mask the whole time, and I'm still standing here today. So.
Do you know my daughter had to? She's awake, and she had to come home. She's on medication to stop the migraines that have just started like recently in recent months. She never had migraines before. And since they started wearing the masks again in school, she was off really ill with migraines, and she was throwing up all night. So
all the way along that
I've said to
window.
her, you know, she's come back to work today, but I said, you can't.
It's horrible.
You can't wear a mask when it's giving you. And do you know what the other thing is? All the flies are dropping dead in the classroom, and I know it's that time of year and that, but it's like they're just dropping on, like really. It's windowsills and everything. I know they do, but it's just I don't know whether it's the environment or what, but.
My children have to go to school and wear their coat when it's cold because they're keeping the windows open.
It's trouble, isn't it? It's like
Mine are only 5, so at the minute I'm still in school for now. Yeah.
yes, mine will be safe because
Yeah.
I staff the parents and teachers.
Yes, me too. But if it comes to it, I am getting a bit to the point where I'm thinking, is it not better just to go med?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So plan today is to move from here to CQC, is it?
No, just stay.
go over there.
Just stay
Kevin, we're
civic.
just going to do a
Outside the council?
just on
yeah.
the probably just over there on the
Yeah.
Because the council have been the ones to push and push and push it, and they haven't left us alone the whole time.
Yeah.
And I think that's
So-
the actual dining room bit.
Yeah.
And it looks like the door's open as well.
Oh, that's interesting, isn't it?
It is.
I'm starving, me.
Oh, I am as well. So we're gonna have a little pond, have a little look
Oh,
across.
is it a public restaurant then?
I don't know. Let's go and have a look.
So there's only gonna be me, you, Jennifer, Anne Marie, and my friend Lee, who's a sport worker, is gonna read a poem. So it's probably not going to take that long, really, is it?
Which
Same one, but
Is
it's
it?
it's the wheels.
Yeah,
I found
right.
the wheels thingy, so I joined that one, and then I
Because I
realised.
think they've got quite a good strategy for actually dealing with the workplace harassment.
Yeah.
Where you get
Uh-huh.
called to informal meetings and stuff like that.
Yeah, they do, but it's hard to get a hold of them because they're trying to help that many. When I had my appointment with that I needed some support with, I
Yeah.
couldn't get hold of anyone to do it with us.
Really?
Yeah, so I think they were a little bit overwhelmed. And they're going to get even more overwhelmed soon because obviously all the NHS staff are now crying into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I contacted because I know Neil McRae, who's involved in that union, and he said they're just swamped. He said yesterday, it's just, everybody's going to be joining.
Yeah, they're going to need more
See, that's
staff.
the problem, isn't it?
It's all volunteer run, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. So they definitely need more staff. I'm not going to do more. I'm in a Telegram chat as well, and it's mostly can you run for me, can you help me, and obviously they're all threatened because a lot of the days of deadline days are past now. It's today, isn't it? So I think a lot of the homes as well haven't permitted the government exemption.
So what's your job called? You're a support worker?
I'm a senior mental health worker, so I care for those who have got like drug addiction.
You are a man.
Sorry,
Are you
Tom.
registered mental now?
No, I'm not a registered mental nurse.
You're not on any professional register?
No, I've just got a little NVQ3.
Yeah. You've got the experience.
Yeah, I've worked there for 7 years in the same home. I've done a lot of good for the home as well, so
They all be jail.
I've got the two. And I didn't take anyone for the jobs. I refused. And I can tell them to not get any more as well. How does that sound? Like I know it doesn't sound bad to you, but my manager would
You're not
be
properly
furious
licensed.
if she found out that.
They're not properly licensed.
I know.
No registered nurses. There's no proper license. That's license. When they did this with AIDS in the 80s, we wouldn't do it for drugs.
Right.
There's no proper license. You refuse to get them. And there's nothing really they could do. Of course, you get clarification. You explain it.
I'm just seeing some people that I know. Hello, people. Do you know what? It's messing me about. I don't know. It's the time's jumping around, and I don't know whether there's nobody commented, and I've asked them to comment if they can hear us and they can see us all right, but I haven't got any comments, so I might be just wasting my time in a minute. It says 9 people are watching, but 10 now. Can somebody just message, write a comment on? Has comments come off or what? But I don't even.
So we're in the right location anyway.
You are in the right location. I'm hoping there's a few more. There's a few in there. Dr. Kevin's there.
Yeah.
So,
Might be
hello,
an idea.
Bradford Bandit. Can you hear us all right? Because I'm thinking this kit's not working properly. But
Or it might be interference from the.
well, do you know what? It's the time. You know the clock at the top. It keeps jumping back. Like it wasn't. It was not.
Yeah. Well, we found that in one other place in Darlington Town Centre.
Oh yeah, you can hear us. Thank you, Bandit. Hope you're well. Sorry, go
No,
on,
I said
Kevin.
we found that in Darlington Town Centre when we were trying to do some filming with the drone. It set off and then it lose the signal and then just come back, and there's no way we could get it to work.
Oh,
You know, it just kept returning, but it was.
somebody's blocked it then.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Well, what you got in your flag there?
Forfeit.
Oh, all right. Yeah, Anne-Marie's coming, isn't she?
Yeah.
Where is she just now? Is she here? Or? Oh.
We've just arrived, so.
Oh, thank you for letting us know. Steve's watching.
Oh, thank you.
Hiya, you alright? I'm still trying to get to the grips with this thing, right? Are you alright?
I think I
cool as out once you get the hang of them. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a Luddite me though. Do you know what I mean? I'm technology phone.
Right, now I've got someone to meet her with, so
Yeah, there's a few people in there already, so that's good.
right, coffee, I'm not getting a beer.
Well, I got a coffee in there. You get free refills, you know. Do you know that Starbucks stuff? It's all GMO, you know. All of it. Do you know who's behind funding that?
Go on then. I probably do know.
Gates.
I would have. It's the only place where there was no queue. That's probably why, because no one wants to buy the stuff.
Absolutely, because even milk apparently is genetically modified. So there you go. Bandit says hello, Kev.
Oh,
He's
nice
watching.
one. Hi, Bandit.
Yes.
I should be. I mean, it's good, you know, earlier on for the Remembrance and stuff like that. I was on there, obviously on Tracy's live channel, and I was like, right, everyone in the chat just shut up for 2 minutes. It's like massive respect, over 200 in the chat, and it was just silent for 2 minutes. I was like, wow, touching.
They did it on the radio actually when I was driving over here.
It gets you, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, if they'd be turning in the graves now, wouldn't they?
You know something, I'd seen Patel's tweet out this morning, and I was dying to tweet back to her.
Oh, go on, what was it?
Just obviously for the fallen and everything like that. And
Oh,
I was
right.
like, you know, how dare
Disrespectful
you? How
bitch.
dare you? I was like, that's absolutely shocking what you're putting on there. And you see what's going on down the Dover and the rest of the country, and you think it's okay to put a tweet out like that. It's like absolutely disgusting. But
Can you would probably be able to answer this, right? See that? That's supposed to be the time it's been playing, isn't it?
yes,
Well, why does it keep jumping back from 8 to 9? And it's been going a lot longer than that, but it keeps jumping back to 9.
so you've been doing it 9 minutes.
No, longer. That's what I mean. And when I was over there talking to them, it went back to 8, and I was like, it's jumping about. Why is the time jumping?
I don't know. I never even looked at that.
It's only because I've noticed I'm thinking, why is it not going over 10 minutes? But
I wouldn't have thought it'd be resetting or anything. And just
I don't know. Like I say, technology and me don't really go hand in hand.
right.
But
See, I normally use my same thing. What I do, I come on, I use my same. Just jump onto YouTube. So now I've been going into Streamlabs, so streaming on there, you get a bit better. You've got all your data and stuff on the top, you know what I mean? So if you're losing signal, you can see your signal dropping.
yeah,
So I like to keep an eye on it. Now I've tried, I'm on a different SIM card, but it's supposed to be better signal. So I've got a different phone, another SIM. I'm like, yeah, I hope this player's alright today.
well, I know this. I got this phone because the other one I couldn't even see the screen on. At least I've got a chance of seeing comments when there's any. But
That's the thing with YouTube, you keep your comments on for longer. Streamlabs, it's like, oh, where have they gone? And I don't want to touch it
I
because
know.
I end up I didn't like touching my screen. So I've ended up with a smaller phone. I was like,
plug anything in this.
you sort of can.
Oh look, it's gone. You're live. You click, and then it's gone back again.
Going back. I wonder what your signal's like.
Must be pretty bad, eh?
What network are you using?
EE.
EE. That's why I've used 3 today.
Oh, is
Because there
it?
is some dodgy patches.
Yeah,
I
it's
had to
gone
get-
back to 8 minutes 21 now.
I had to get Wurzel to send us a map thing out with the signal areas on. Because I've gone over to EE instead of 3. And then I was down.
It's gone down to 3 people now. I wonder if it's gone. Bandit, can you let us know if it's jumping around or what's going on? Because it's very strange
I mean,
happenings.
it could be just because you're here.
Yeah.
Once you get out and about, it seems to be okay. It's just certain
haven't got
spots. You just got certain spots on it.
I ain't got Wi-Fi on or anything. Usually it's only because I got Wi-Fi on it does that.
I had that the other day, last week or something. I was taking the dog out walking around the Dean, and my signal was dropping. I was like, it's the same route I normally take all the time. The signal's dropping. I'm losing my rag. I'm like, yeah, what's going on with this? And then I found out when I used to do it was this time last year. Like, right, what do? Do I change my phone first? Do I go back to my old phone, put my SIM card in? So when Wurzel sent us the details, when I've gone to EE, the signal is terrible in Castlereagh and Dean. So I've had to go back, get my 3 stuff back out to my old phone. So I'm like, this is a nightmare. What's going on with the bloody Wi-Fi? It's great Wi-Fi everywhere. EE, oh yeah, you've got Kevin Bacon bigging it up. It's a load of rubbish.
It's saying the picture's jumping. Bandit said the picture's jumping, but I'm still live and it sounds okay. So
It's
we'll
probably
just keep at
it's
it.
probably the spot that you're in.
But yeah, it's it's getting to 10 minutes or so, and then it's jumping back. So, but I think somebody's been messing about with our channel on YouTube because Phil, you know, Red Pill Phil's put some on the other day, and those things were getting changed on it. So I don't know if there's somebody messing about with
Paul, all right.
the channel. So there's Paul, always brightly coloured hair. You can't miss him. So yeah, I've got a coffee in there somewhere. I am
I'm going to go and see if I can catch more
Right.
anyway. So
I'm going to go into. I'll see you in a bit, Ken. Hello. There's some of the ladies that's attending today. But, hello. I'm having a few glitches on here. It keeps stopping and going back to a time 8 minutes. But apparently I'm still live, so. I'm going to go back outside. Right, I want to turn this around, I think. Hello, people. They've gone for a recce, haven't they? Look, I've turned it back around so I'm not getting everybody else. Everyone's ducking out the way of me. Do you know what I mean? Keeps glitching. Gets to 10 minutes or so, and then it goes back to 8 minutes or so.
Are you live?
Yes. Well, I think I am. Yeah, I keep getting messages. They can hear me, but it's jumping around. Oh no, now all the messages. Oh, there they are. Sounds okay. Hello, Mighty Michael. You could maybe help me with my technical problems later. I'm not very. Anyway, but yeah. Did you see Kevin then from For Britain? Britain Family. But yeah, they were just glad they were in the right vicinity, I think. So yeah. What time are we on now? I think yeah. Weird. Sorry? Why are you asking?
No, I'm just asking what your purpose is, just because you're outside of our premises, so I just want you to be in our premises.
I'm filming these people here.
Oh, that's no problem, I was just wondering what it was for.
All right, okay. It's just on our own channel. It's on my back. Look.
Oh, fabulous.
All right. All right. Okay.
Size for premises, that's it.
Yeah.
Local standards.
Yes. Absolutely.
That is what you're filming for, Remembrance Day.
Remember that they worked right through all of this pandemic, and now they're getting punished for it. Should we remember that?
We said it's a bar, so we're not allowed in a bar, they're going to have no customers. Then should we want you to come with your camera and stand outside promoting it?
It's nothing new to us. Do you know we got turfed out of well, they refused and things on, they wouldn't serve them. They said they didn't like the politics. That was in Wetherspoons in Manchester. Well, they didn't like what they represented because of they were part of the football lads. They had badges on and stuff. So in order to get served, they had to take the badges off.
They were cool with the club badges. They were cool, like.
No, they were part of their movement, the DFLA movement. So yeah, they refused to serve us. I know. I only wanted a coffee. Just give me the cup, bitch. I'll get my own coffee. But it is, I think, yeah, well, these young people are brainwashed, a lot of them, aren't they? So you kind of have to let them off the hook a little bit.
God
But
help my kids with my 7 and 5, and God help them when they get older. Some of the stuff they come out with about horrors.
Are you using it?
Charles was on the network.
Was he? I tell you what, I wish I'd known Boris was there. Oh my God, I wish I'd known he was there.
Well, we didn't tell you on purpose, then. We didn't tell you on purpose.
they didn't want you to get arrested, like.
Honestly, it would have been worse. I can't believe I missed that. Nobody told us.
Intentionally.
Protection.
Oh, honestly, oh God, I'm gutted.
Savvy didn't half lose it on the Sky News, didn't he?
You are?
Aye, that's what I was saying before, then I seen him kicking off.
Oh, did it? What was that on?
Sky News. He kicked off with
Or did he?
He didn't have his numbers right.
he kicked off with KB.
He was contradicting himself, and I think he got to the point where he knew he was contradicting himself, so he was trying to backpedal to try and you could see his brain was working faster
She said
than
it's
his
like
mouth.
40% still high. And he was like, is it still high?
Yeah.
Is it still high? Is it still high?
Yeah.
And I was like,
This is typical of the people that have a little bit of information and just follow the narrative, but with nothing to back it up. As soon as you challenge them on it, they have nothing to say, have they? They just start abusing you or calling you names or getting angry and loud and you know. So, but yes, Steve's saying that everybody should be out fighting against this tyranny and all these people losing their jobs and everything. The division.
I've just said I don't know anybody in care. Like in my family, I've got nobody in. So you've got, so you know, you have to stand right from the very beginning.
Yeah.
It's no good joining in halfway through when it lands, you know, at my
and there's
home.
loads
It's
of
too
people
late.
sitting at home with a feet up on it.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
With this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all these people thinking, oh, it's not going to affect me. So what happens when your parents have got to go into care? It is going to affect
And in fact, half the people who've only got the job to go on holiday and they've not once turned around and said, you need a job to fly.
They only encouraged everybody to put the parents into the care system so that they could take their properties. I mean, let's face it, they don't want anybody to own anything or pass anything down to anybody in the family. So this encouraging all these care homes popping up everywhere and encouraging people to put the parents in the care homes rather than look after them. Work yourself to death so you don't have to even need a care home.
It's between 500 and £1,000 a week to care 24 hours from the clock. So
Yeah.
much money then we receive if care is closed, there's no care
I've got a
around.
lady who her mum's just into care and she reached out to us to say what could be done. 3 weeks into care, they're already 2,800 down as a family. I mean, what do they do? And they're having some financial means now, whether to sell the family home or something like that. And that's without. So the fact that family is going through that terrible time financially, and because it's their mum, what happens when mum's in the care home now and there's nobody there to care for her? They're paying all of that money for no care.
Where most of them are government funded because they haven't got family or the people don't want to be the next of kin, so they've got no one else to pay it, so the government have to pay it.
Yeah.
So the government are paying these private care homes £600, £700, £800 a week for 24 hours out of health care.
And the carers don't get the carers
don't see the benefits.
no. They work for a pittance for what they do. They do 12-hour shifts with no thanks.
Well,
They
it's
get
more than the work, though, isn't it? It's more than the work. They're doing jobs that nobody else would, you know, really find that palatable to do. But it's the love, it's the care, it's not the hours, it's the love that they give to these people that makes them feel like that they've got dignity and they are human. That's what gets lost today. That's what got fired today.
I've got one that is follows me around, it practically sits on my shoulder, holds me hand, linking us and won't leave us alone. I can't do my job properly because I'm constantly moving around with him. And I just think, who's going to do that one now? It's an agency one now.
That's what I was saying. It's these people, it's affecting them because they're used to having certain carers.
CQC promote person-centred planning, which means the care is looking after you. What do you think about the vaccine and the staff? Not one of them's been asked. So how's that person-centred care when you're just following what they're saying? Nah, they're not bothered. Not bothered at all.
it is terrible how they're treating people.
It's a shame. Absolute shame.
And I think anybody that's watching, I know we're having a few problems with it keeps buffering, I think, and it keeps going back to 8 minutes something. So and the people viewing goes down. But anybody that is catching this, can you come down and show these girls some support, because you know this affects everybody. It's not just these girls losing their jobs, it's the people that they were caring for, as you're just hearing. Hope you've been hearing. Yes, it's
And to the people that agree with it, it's they're going to have to look after their own relatives in care. I'll not do that. Can't do that. It takes a strong person to do care work.
it does.
Even there's certain aspects where I think, oh nah, can I go in that role? Can I do it? You have to. You
Well-
do it. You've got to do it.
When you're dealing with somebody that's got Alzheimer's or mental health problems, I mean, my daughter used to come home with compassion and the empathy to do the job, you know, she can kind of give some understanding. When you've got a agency worker that's there because they just need to get a job, and there's no care and compassion, and I wouldn't want my parents.
I've just been at work yesterday and got called all the bastards, saying I'm a dirty slag, because he was obviously in a bad mood. And I'd love to turn around and be like, but you can't. So I want to sit and take it. And I think there's a lot of people out there that wouldn't sit and take
That's
it.
familiarity, because he knows and he trusts you, so he knows that it doesn't land.
I just think,
and
what
that's
if
the
he
relationship,
does,
isn't
what if he
it?
does get a carer that's thing sad on, and you know this care homes where there are abuse, and I think, what if somebody like retaliates to him? So now I lie awake on a night time thinking, what's going to happen to this lad, what's going to happen to that one, and if them do that to someone else, someone would retaliate, and I just think, how do I know that they're going to be looked after?
It's heartbreaking. As I say, it doesn't directly affect me, but these stories are just unbelievable. Because it's the people who are forgotten.
Yeah.
No, there's two victims here. There's the carers who are losing their jobs, but there's these people who...
They're losing the carers.
Yeah.
I know.
Because I mean, you've got carers that I'm doing the job with my care home and with my company. You have a loyalty to your company and a loyalty to your service users. You build a relationship. The only reason I haven't took the redeployment is because there's no way I could go another 4 or 5 months building a relationship with my new residents to have to lose them again. And that's the only reason, because I can't do it myself. The amount of nights that I've lost sleep thinking about what's going to happen to them, not what's happening to me and how am I going to eat. I'm not bothered about that. I know I can go and get a different job. This is the job that I want to do. This is all me experience, all me everything's in care.
It's a calling, isn't it? You call to this role.
Yeah, and I think before long we're going to see companies and agencies setting up for people that are refusing to be forced into doing something against their own free will, you know, as far as, you know, medical tyranny. So I mean, I found that when I lost my job with the council, even just going for, because I thought, well, I'll just go back to care work, you know. I did that early days, and because the council did the referrals to the agencies, they wouldn't employ me because they didn't want any backlash from the council for employing me, even though I've still got a DBS, can work with kids. There's nothing I've done illegal, there's nothing I've done against anybody. It was just they didn't like my views. And so I'm recording these two.
Yeah, nobody on a property, just broadcast.
So I've got to stand here?
Yeah, just I'll be there.
So live, yeah.
So whenever you want to do now. Yes,
Yeah, just the fact that they got their referrals from them, they wouldn't employ me because they didn't want to take that chance.
We've got a couple in our home that are ready to go into ISL and look after themselves, but they need carer support, and the packages haven't been picked up because there's not enough carers, there's not enough people that can pick it up. So how many people, what they're going to do?
Yeah.
It's just astounding that there's not absolute outrage about this work. These streets should be full.
I know.
Regardless of whether these streets should be full, it's just utterly outrageous.
I mean, we used to feel like that when we started with the Justice for Women and Children stuff, with the rapes and everything else. We even had the Unite Union, funding counter demos to oppose us when we were campaigning against rape. And yeah, so those moments where you think everyone's going to support you, because why wouldn't you in those situations? It's like, where is everybody? You know, it's astounding that people won't get off their asses and just come out and support people, because you never know when these things are going to happen to you. As we're finding now, with these new freedom demos and everything else, that there's people from all walks of life, because small businesses are going out of business, and people are feeling it now personally, on a personal level. And then you go, oh, wait a minute, they've been doing other things, they've been doing all this time and abusing our kids. And I mean,
it's very different. I think with this whole care agenda, though, I think it is one of those where if you're not personally touched by it, it's very difficult for people to put two and two. They've had no experience of just how traumatic the care sector is, whether and whatever level care. People assume that the care sector is just elderly residents in care homes, and it's so much bigger than that.
Yeah.
And I don't think people have made that connection. This isn't just about, well, you know, end of life care or support or old people in care. This is huge. It's absolutely
Both from
massive.
18-year-olds, from as soon as you're classed as an 18-year-old, as soon as you've got mental health, you need residential support. It's residential homes, which we could look after an 18-year-old or a 79-year-old.
Yeah.
So it ranges.
Yeah.
And I think if parents in particular actually made that connection, when we've seen the figures come forward for children suffering, the anorexia rates are much, much higher, mental health with young people, particularly young males, the suicide rate's never been that high. These are agencies that are needed more than ever, and this is what has been impacted.
Yeah.
This is the care that we're talking about that's taken this hit now. And that link just hasn't been made, and I think if that link, but that is, I think you're right, where the real pandemic's going to come.
It is, especially with the lockdown, and I mean, even my mental health as a carer, I'm being prescribed antidepressants.
Even last year when it all started, I was talking to people who they didn't know anybody that had got the virus, but they knew people that had committed suicide because of it all. They knew friends, they had friends who couldn't deal with all the changes.
At the beginning of the lockdown, I've worked in mental health, so I've got a lot of mental health nurses and people that come into the homes, and I've got friends that work on the wards, and they were having to pull beds out. There was not enough beds, so I had to pull them in the corridors. Homes, they've been put in care homes because they can't live by themselves because of the lockdown. They need somebody there, they need support, and now we have no carers for after them.
I know. And considering how many children get a diagnosis for autism now and have done for over the last 10-15 year period, that the numbers have gone up and up and up. Change is one of the big things that they find difficult to deal with, and every week it changes. They give different information out, and they add things onto the you know, the propaganda. I heard this morning, oh, you should use is it a CO2 is it like a monitor or just to check to keep COVID out, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's that got to do with that? Do you know what I mean? It's this climate change slipping into take over from all of this.
It's even me and Sarah, two unvaccinated staff, just been covering shifts for the vaccinated that are off with COVID. The lads double jab COVID. My friend works on the nurse, she's a nurse at A&E in the QA. They're the ones that are seeing the adverse effects of the jab. And she says there's hardly any staffing anyways because they've had the booster and they're off illness. So it's like, well, where's actually the unvaccinated? How many marches have we been to, and how many people are there with masks and gloves? Yeah. So, but you've got to open your window to let the air out.
I know.
There's something bigger going on.
I used to advocate for home education before all of this because I worked in education, and I could see the decline in what the benefits for the children really, and the manipulation, especially with the academies when the academies came about. And now it's almost like, even the way they build the new schools, you know, it's they've built a school in my town, they knocked the old one down and they built a new one that's got 500 less capacity, but yet there's 3, 4, 5 new housing estates being built or have been built, and it's like, wait a minute, you must have known there was going to be more children in the town. You've built a school that's not adequate. What's that about? You have to look at where, because they plan for future, don't they? Yeah. And so those are the sort of things that get you suspicious, aren't they? That why would you do that? Yeah. When you're rebuilding a school, you would build for future use, wouldn't you? Yeah. And so, people need to just kind of take a look outside the box, especially the television.
Yeah, exactly.
And what the propaganda, they've used propaganda in every war, and today especially you should remember that, because
even in the schools, like my son's 7 and he's coming out and he's telling us what the teacher said.
When I was working, they were coming home from school, and the schools had been talking to the primary age children about what was the parents going to be voting, and they should vote to stay in, and you know, going home, what are you voting, Mum? I'm voting leave. Oh no, you can't, the teacher said. And I'm like, he's 9, why is they talking about him like that in school?
I'm not like a prissy mum. I'd like to think I was kind of like a a new age mum, but I'm a mum, I'm not the friend, I am the mum, and that's the line that we have in our house. But you know, those sort of conversations, like even down to one in my son's school, the teacher told my son about her status, her medical status, and how she'd run out to get it. Like, we wouldn't tell our children our own medical status. If we went to the doctor, we wouldn't dream of telling the kids, would you?
You know, you
would
usually
sort of
leave them
think,
at home
they
when you
might
go.
worry. So, and it's got nothing to do with them anyway. So why would I tell my child about the fact I've been at the doctor's or I'm not? Well, unless it's like you've got a sneeze or something. But this willingness to share, this oversharing of a teacher to a child, all about her medical status, this, that, and the other, it's just very weird.
Manipulative.
Just weird.
Manipulative.
It's just who would do. I would
Seeds and little queens.
never walk up to a child and all of a sudden divulge like anything personal about myself. That's not the relationship, is it? It's,
No.
Are you here? Have you got your tie on? Are you ready for school? Have
Yes.
you got your pencil? Away we go then.
And this is where they overstep the mark constantly.
Yeah.
You know, interfering in family life all the time.
Yeah.
You know, more and more and more. I got a text message this morning about 6:30 or something. One of the girls I know that used to be on the streets with us against all the grooming and everything. Had a mother go to her. She's pregnant. She's due in December. Now they've said they want to take the child. They took 2 other children. I think 7 years ago they took the children because the older one was by a bit the younger one, and so they removed the child. I don't know all the details, but that's as much as she's given me this morning through text. And so this child has then been diagnosed with ADHD, and there's been 23 incidents of biting in foster care, but none of it's still being put onto her that she was the problem. And now, without keeping up with all the assessments and the meetings and everything else, turning up late for them all, using all paperwork, whatever, she's now at the stage where she's worried they're going to take my baby. And this is how far into, she's got a month to go. I've been taken, but they take them anyway, and this is where they overstep the mark over and over and over, you know. So
I think we should move across. It's nearly 1.
all right, okay. Right, we're just heading over the road there.
We're heading over.
Nice. Hello, people. It's me again. Yeah, we're just going to go over to the site of the demo. I don't know why it's needs a longer one. And there's a few people gathered over here already. So this demo today is for the care workers losing their jobs because if you refuse, it's the no job policy, and these women have been in care work and dedicated to the people that they care for a lot of years, and they've just been tossed aside really for the fact that they don't want to take part in medical tyranny, basically, and rightly so. So yes, I'm going to turn it back around now. Let's have a look at my mug. There we go. We're heading towards the spot. Away from the cenotaph, just out of respect for today. But we're outside of the civic centre. That's where all the council building. Hi.
Hello.
I'm just saying we're outside the council building, aren't we? The clowns in there. Oh yeah.
He's on the phone, he's going, they're here. Oh, it's the blue shirt.
It is discrimination. Hiya, Jace. How are you? You've been a bit quiet lately. I hope you're all right. It's Kevin Cobb. What's your name?
My
Sorry,
name's Tim.
Tim. Hiya,
Tim
Tim.
Aaron.
We've not met, have we?
No. Are you with any particular? Are you with the health service yourself?
No, I used to work for the council
Right.
a while ago, but I'm part of Children Matter News now, and we cover these ladies, I follow these ladies around all the time.
All right. Great.
they've got some good signs. Oh, my gimbal's gone off kilter.
I'm chairman of North of Tyne for Britain movement.
Right.
And
okay.
our leader, Anne-Marie Waters, she's due here soon as well.
Ah, right. I know Anne-Marie, yes.
So she's coming soon.
Oh, good.
I'm just coming out for her now. So.
I understand the police were very interested in whether she was speaking today.
Yeah, whenever.
Surprised I can't see any of them actually.
No, well, then they all suddenly appear.
Yes, they do.
Yes,
yes, they do.
Yeah, so it's.
Yes. Unfortunately, they can't see what's past their noses, can they? Some of these people to see what's going on.
They've got a salary and a pension to look after.
Well, have they though?
Well,
do you really believe they're going to get that pension?
I don't know.
I'm glad that they believe they're going to get the pension, but I don't believe that they are.
Yes.
Right. What time's Anne-Marie getting here then? Do you know?
My last message was just around the corner. So.
Oh, that's good, Jace. I'm glad you're good. Just talking to the comments. Sorry, I know I sound nuts, don't I? I'm live, so
it's a great gadget for bouncing.
I know, and it's supposed to save me arm from getting tired, but I really struggle with it. You know, I'm not just getting that balance. I've never played on a PlayStation. You know, I think you need to have these thumbs that work these little buttons properly. I can maybe get my grandson to show me how to do it. He's probably better at it than me, but it does keep jumping back to the time. See, according to this, I've only been live 10 minutes, and I've been going for ages. So.
Technology.
Yeah, she's a very good tattooist. She's going to be really good at it, and yeah, my daughter's just starting up as a tattooist. And I was on there the other day with the one she did on my leg, and it's really nice. It's my favourite one.
Perfect as it is.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There you go. She needs somebody to practice on, though. Do you know what I mean?
I'm a blank canvas.
Oh, well, I usually wear black. I wear my pink when I come out and video these things, but just so people know who I am and where I am. But apart from that, I usually wear black, so my colour's all on my skin. There's a few more people.
Any unions turning up?
I don't know. I wouldn't have thought so.
It's nice to see we have as unions. I don't know who they are or how many there are, but I'd like to see them being represented.
Yeah. It would be nice to see somebody that's supporting these ladies, men and ladies. So I suppose it's both, isn't there? But it's such a shame. I mean, they've been in these jobs for years. And then they've worked through all of that, and then to be told now, sorry.
I have a job, but I've had COVID, so.
Yes, me too. But thanks, Lindsay, for sharing. Yeah, if anybody wants to subscribe and get notifications of when I'm following these girls around, the Mockingjays of the North. Mockingjays of the North, these ladies.
All right. And what's their aim? Just to take a look at the council?
Well, no, I mean, they've organised this demo today because a few of them work in the care work and they're losing the jobs today. They came out really last year with all of this. When they started meeting up with other parents so the children weren't getting isolated during lockdowns.
Yeah.
And it's sort of a group that grew from there. They were the Lionesses of the North to start with, but the group's just taken off and they all support each other, and it's a really good group actually. So I love coming down and just recording their demos. you stand at the side of the road with the yellow cards, and you know they notice this and things, and just take the time out of the day to make a difference, you know, and that's what we need, isn't it? People that'll take it upon themselves to support even those that are not supporting themselves really, or standing up for themselves. Anne-Marie. She actually, when I got sacked from the council, I went and met up with Anne-Marie in Hartlepool a few years ago now. When did I get sacked? I got sacked in 2017, was it? Yeah, because at the time I got sacked for talking about the people that you're not allowed to talk about.
Yeah.
To do with Greenman and all of that. So yes, it was. So we've known each other quite a while, really. I'm just looking to see if I recognise anybody else that's speaking. I don't know who else is speaking today. I know Sarah's got a little bit written down to speak. I don't know why my time keeps jumping back. Have a walk around everybody, see who's here. I'm just being nosy and filling the time before the speakers start. I don't know what time they're starting with the speaking and that, but hello ladies, nice to see you as usual. All these lovely women here, standing up for everybody else.
Yes.
Do you know who's speaking today? Do you know anybody else that's speaking? I know Anne-Marie's coming, isn't she? But
Speaking.
yeah.
I think Sarah's going to give a speech as well.
Yeah.
And anybody else who wants to give one.
Do you know if anybody from reunions coming or anything? I just got to ask. Probably not. No.
That's a lovely sign. Best I could do this morning.
Oh. I'm going to go, it's like a line-up this, isn't it, eh? I'm going to go along. Do you recognise these people, eh? How dare you stand up for freedom? Absolutely, absolutely.
Boris got a cheat to go put a reef down there in the cenotaph and all that. It's like a slap in the face.
Absolutely, he needs a slap in the face. He really does need a...
This is a good one.
Yes, let's get this one.
I'm not shying anymore.
Hold it up a little bit, though. That's it.
I see.
Come a bit closer so we can zoom in on these. Yes, get the small print. Absolutely. Nobody's job's to safe, are they?
There's a thin end of the wedge.
If they don't take part in the tyranny. These are the local heroes people. These are the people that take the time out of the day to stand out here with the signs because they care. Oh, sorry. Are you going that side with your side? We're outside the Civic Centre in Newcastle. Just, supporting the care workers as you hear there. Right, I need to take a step back to see yours. That's it. So if anybody's watching and they're local to Newcastle, come on down, support these ladies and men, sorry. I think we need to start an agency for you guys that are unjabbed. You human 1.0s, so that you can still have a job. Not the hypes. more people. This young lady over here is a star. She's going to be leading something before long, aren't you? Leading the youth movement. We've got any people looking out our windows wondering what's going on? So, has anybody invited anybody to come out and speak to you? Yes, it's Newcastle. Get yourself down, Steve.
Oh, I didn't know that matters.
Absolutely.
You got it?
Yes. I got you both in there, look. One for the family album.
Have we turned out we're hopeful, but there's more people here than I thought there was going to be 20 minutes ago.
If everybody can share this around, so that the numbers here doesn't really matter, if we can share it around to everybody else. Have we invited somebody to come out and speak from in there today?
I know that would probably be a good idea, wouldn't it? I should have done it at CQC, but I didn't know.
Maybe you should go in, Kev, and ask somebody if they would like to have a few words. Few people here. I hope you don't mind me, Phil. You're all live, you see. It's good to see you supporting these people. Hiya.
Are you alright?
I am, are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good, yeah.
You looking well.
Have you been busy?
Yeah, just for the kids.
Are you still involved with the
United Survivors? Yes, we are. Obviously, it's like the winter months, but we'll be back out definitely for sure next year. Spreading awareness about paedophiles and basically how bad basically how we are living under paedophile rule, really, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't stopped fighting. I mean, at the moment, we're fighting for the kids and about the vaccines and things like that, you know. It's a lot of mixed emotions about the day. Can you feel it in the air? They stood up because they couldn't basically take their clients along for the vaccine, and they couldn't wear the mask back then. I mean, they've been standing up shouting about this for 2 years nearly now. I mean, my respect is with them carers that left that job a long time ago.
Yeah, my daughter was one of those.
In respect for the carers, I mean, it is a bit later in the day, and I mean, if they stood up then, they might not have got this bad. But unfortunately, it's worked out this way, and well done to them now for actually getting up and standing up now. Do you know what I mean? For their own selves, really. But I mean, I know a lot of carers that couldn't live with that on their conscience a long time ago, you know.
I know, and the way that they were getting treated and put on end-of-life care and all of this, and as soon as they were getting a sniffle, they were getting the medication taken away and put on end-of-life care. 'Cause that was one of the things my daughter was upset about as well, you know.
If you can all kind of gather round in the front of the council, that would be great, and then we can start talking.
Oh, there you go. Sorry.
Right, okay, well, thank you for coming, everybody who's come today. It's not the first time that we've all been together, and it certainly won't be the last. impressed with the way things are going. Today is Remembrance Day, and I think a minute's silence is in order to remember that. In a minute's silence, please.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I can say on behalf of all of us here that I never thought I would have to consider my freedoms at risk, and just appreciate how important today is. I never thought that the future of my children and our basic rights as a family to travel, to work, to socialise, and just to have a normal, happy day at school would be subject to government approval, but it is. And today we come together and unite in support of the first of our fallen, our care workers. And these experienced, dedicated people have worked for years in jobs they love, being paid minimum wage, taking care of all our loved ones as if they were their own family members. And in 2020, these carers became the only family to the most vulnerable in our society. And here we are on this day in 2021, and these people are being thrown out the door, with our NHS staff following very soon, and others. And today we've joined together and we've brought some speakers to talk about what's going on. So the first speaker today is Sarah.
Okay, just bear with us, because obviously it's not something I've ever done before. But I felt it was time to stand up in my truth, and I think it's time for more people to be brave enough to stand up and speak out, because we need you to do so right now. I am a carer, a concerned mother, and a very concerned citizen. I am a mental health support worker with senior responsibilities, and I have supported many people over the last 7 years with serious mental health, independence and choice. I have kept the service users safe, and I actually do really care about them. I've known them for over 7 years, and how could I not care after all of that time? The service users also really care about me, and they are really upset it has came to this. They do not care that I am unvaccinated, as they know that the jab does not stop anyone from transmitting, and it only keeps yourselves safe. Have CQC asked the service users how they feel about this. After all, CQC's own principles are to promote freedom, choice and person-centred care. Don't worry, there's not loads. We have worked tirelessly throughout, not taking a day off sick, and at first I was really frightened. I would take the virus home to my own family. I have continued to work hard, and as has thousands of others just like me, under extreme pressure and extreme stress about what is going to happen to me and how my family will manage financially going forward. Worried about my own mental health, this whole situation has caused so much stress, as I'm sure it has for many of you standing here. giving up and risking everything because we don't want to risk the adverse reactions of the jab. We don't want to take part in a medical experimental jab, and for that we are being demonised. When you demonise a group of people because of their beliefs, to me that is fascism. Fascists believe that the state takes precedence over individual interests in democracy and the right to choose. There is absolutely no benefit to the care system if we are vaccinated or not. It does not stop anyone from spreading or catching it. Therefore, this is not about your health. It is clearly a political manoeuvre. What is really behind this mandate? Why can't we just continue to test, to continue to work? You can clearly see the madness of these times and what the real agenda is at play. I feel like we aren't team players and that we aren't playing our part. They're counting on you to submit, to fall, but you are brave and you came here to hold the line, and we will not submit. Thank you. So during lockdown in February, I decided I needed to do something. I decided to create a group on Facebook to find other like-minded mothers just like me. Mothers who were also worried about their children not being able to socialise, whose children were missing out on milestones, groups and play areas. I met an amazing collective of women who all wanted to come together to stand up to this tyrannical government, be heard and empower others. Mockingjay North was formed, and we are so proud of what we have accomplished. The North is way ahead in the UK, with many people coming together from the local areas. We meet in parks, we go to the woods, we go to lunch, we meet in pubs. We bring people together, and hopefully together we can achieve great things. I am so proud to be a part of this great community and so grateful to have you all in my life. The best thing to come out of COVID is the Mockingjay North group and bringing people together. Please come and join us at Mockingjay North. In these uncertain times, we all need to work together to bring back a sense of community when all they want is to be divided. If you think you are fighting a virus, you will act the victim. If you think you are fighting a war, you will act like a warrior. We are fighting a war. Continue to hold the line. I am a carer. I am a mother. I am free. You can take my job, but you cannot take my spirit.
Well done, Sarah.
Oh, that's amazing.
And a round of applause for everybody here, for yourselves, for coming today. Fantastic. And we've got Dr. Kevin Corbett here, who's also going to do a little bit of talking.
Thank you very much. We're outside here today, outside Newcastle City Council, because the councils, unfortunately, have been part of the tyranny. They're enforcing the testing, they're enforcing the jabs. And they are culpable, they are to blame for this as much as the government, all councils. So that's why we're standing out here today proudly for our freedom and for our rights. This is nothing to do with health, what is happening. This is all about tyranny and control of our bodies and our minds and our spirits. And we will not allow this to happen. We will not allow this to happen to us or our families. And we're sending a message here today to Newcastle City Council behind us that they are culpable, and we will see them in court for what they've done to local people here in this community. They're hounding people to have these phase 3 injections that are experimental. They are bioweapons. They are genetically engineered injections. Nothing in them comes from nature. Nothing in them can be good. Nothing in them can be good for your bodies, for your minds, or your spirits. We have to defeat this by our own role models in our families, our communities, and in the nation and internationally. We will not do anything but resist and act. Many of us knew this today would come. Today is the first day when nursing care homes in this country can sack staff because they don't take an experimental injection. An injection that has not been properly trialled, that's caused over 17,000 deaths in the UK and hundreds of thousands of adverse events, serious adverse events. This is not just a tyranny of population, and that is from the dictionary. We know what we're talking about here. These are the people we need to stop. We need to stop paying our taxes, and we need to resist the tyranny. And we need to do it as soon as we can. We need to stop it now. So what we need is mass resistance now in this country. Otherwise, it's going to be everybody's rights. In April next year, all the NHS staff have been told that they've got to have the jabs. If they're not, they're going to change the law and they're going to sack people. Over 100,000 staff in the NHS at a conservative estimate. They may well be 2 or 3 times that number in reality when the truth is known. These people will be let go. These are qualified staff, doctors, nurses, healthcare assistants, carers, social workers, therapists, and they will all be jettisoned because of this tyranny, because the pharmaceutical industry is profiting from this. They're the ones that are taking the money. They're the ones that are afterwards. We will not allow this to happen. So we must insist that this stops. We must work for it to stop, and we must come out in public like this regularly in front of our councils, in front of our elected representatives, and let them know that they are infringing our rights and the laws of this country, and they will not get away with it. They may get away with it at the moment, but in the long term, they will be held liable and they will be held up. And all I hope for is that it's a fair trial. Because when this has happened before, when tyranny falls, like the Eastern Bloc countries and Soviet Russia and Romania, people were hurt, sadly, because they were elected and they went against the rights of their population. And that can easily happen in this country. So if any of these people here in the City Council think that they're going to get off, they got another thing coming, because we've got their number. We're on their back and we're going to make them pay.
The statement that keeps ringing through my mind today, which is a very somber day for a number of reasons, is you don't know what you have until it's gone. That will be felt today in a big way from all of the beautiful carers that are standing, not just for their own rights, their own bodily autonomy, but for everybody's rights. Because this would be a domino effect if they weren't being brave enough to stand yet again in the gap where others won't. This will be a domino effect where we lose more and more and more territory, not just on the land that we see of our bodies. And that is true sovereignty, to recognise that your body, your mind, your spirit is yours. So these carers today, this sentiment, you don't know what you've got till it's gone, is really felt for me today. But in the next coming weeks to months, this is when the reality behind that statement will be felt. It will be felt because These carers are the foundation, the glue, that have kept a system that has been very broken and has been used as a pawn in many ways for political figures to make their promises, to get their financial gains, personal financial gains. They've still been that glue, the undercurrent that keeps things ticking by. That sentiment will be felt because there will be gaps where families can no longer fulfill the needs, where carers stood in that gap to fulfill the needs for their loved ones when they can't. When disabled children and their families aren't getting the support by the carers that go in and make sure not only those children are safe and their needs are met, but actually keep the foundation of that family strong. They are the glue in so many ways, hidden ways, that will not become apparent until the next coming weeks and months because of a decision that has been made by these so-called political leaders and has been backed up by the people that stand inside of that building. Now, I remember as a child going into that building with my granddad regularly, and he told me, Jenny, don't go for low-hanging fruit. 1, it's more dirty. 2, it's probably been touched a lot. But 3, it's not at the top. It's not at the top of the tree. And I want to speak to those people inside of that building that I remember as a child, my granddad going in and marching them over the coals about decisions that were being made for the people that paid their way there right now, because right now you're being facilitated to not be held to account. But when people really feel the tragedy of that dissolving of that glue that held so much of society together, everybody will be touched by this. Everybody has a grandchild that may need extra care, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, a brother, a sister. Everybody will be personally touched by this glue of the carers no longer being there, holding society together. And they've done it quietly within a broken system at the lowest pays with very little thanks. And right now, they don't just stand for their own body, they really do stand for you. They really are on the front line of saying, no more. You will take no more. These are the first people that are standing against their peers, standing against their managers, bosses even above that, and political figures. This is so out of their realm of comfortability in the role that they've always done, yet again, they're the glue that are trying desperately to hold society together. So these people will be held to account. And unfortunately, low-hanging fruit will be caught up in that, and I do feel pity for that. But remember, keep going for the high fruit. Keep holding people to account the same way these great ladies and men have stood up to do so. We are losing a sense of compassion and empathy today when we lose these carers that are being brave enough to stand up not just for their own rights, but everybody's bodily rights. This divine feminine nature that goes in with empathy, no matter what they're getting paid, no matter what hours they've worked that week, and injects that into society to keep it ticking over, to keep it going. So I feel the next coming weeks will be real rocky, because with that lack of divine feminine nature in both the men and women that deliver it, it will be felt. But know this, if these men and women can come out the comfort zone the way that they have, in this way, and build structures like Sarah has here, like Dr. Kevin has here, so many ladies and men standing up and creating these powerful groups that are standing against the most powerful leaders, not just in the UK, but worldwide. We will build more. If we have to show strength to see the niches that we can really deliver all of that divine feminine nature backed by the action of the divine masculine that really gets it delivered to the people without it being a financial or political pawn. Yes, that's what we will do. But we will always come back to hold account for all the lives lost, because in the interim of that glue being dissolved. Thank you.
Thank you.
I get what you're saying about standing out earlier and speaking out sooner and allowing things to happen over the last 2-year period. However, I'm not going to berate these girls because they have been out, they have been coming out for quite some time now, and
So yesterday on group,
We could say that about
one of our ladies
protecting the kids
who
who've been
I
out on the
think
street a long
nurse,
time, and people are only just coming out
has
now and
wrote
waking up.
a
So
poem for
as long as they
today,
wake up and as long as they come out,
it's called
that's
The
the main
Newly
thing,
Fallen.
really.
So we'll finish with that, and Lee, who's obviously another lovely carer who is going to be losing her job, will read it for us.
The newly fallen. Remembrance Day for the newly fallen, the brave hearts who dare to stand and say no to the biggest experiment the world has ever known. Standing strong in the face of harassment and coercion from bosses who chose to ignore their human rights under the guise of following government rule. Even though the evidence is clear, the vaccine does not prevent COVID or the spread of it or death, even for the double jabbed. What do they want us to learn? When we can see clearly all around us the truth is false, so we stand strong and know they may take our jobs, but they can never take our freedoms.
I would like to speak as well. I'm sorry, I didn't actually think she was here. 2 seconds. Thank you. I've been looking for you. You too.
Good evening, or good afternoon, rather, everyone. It's still, afternoon. We are living in a lie, and that lie gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's the 11th of November, and today you're going to hear your politicians remembering those who died for this country, for your freedom. And they will pretend they care about that. They'll pretend, and they can't even get their lies straight. Boris Johnson said that this vaccine they are forcing on people does not prevent transmission of this virus. Sajid Javid, the health secretary, said, we know it does prevent the spread of this virus. So they can't even get their lies straight. Now, years ago, and more than once, people went into trenches, they endured bombs falling down on their heads, and your leaders told you to unite and be brave and fight for the spirit of your country. Now your leaders are telling you to divide, to be afraid, and to give up your country. That's what you have as leaders now. We have lost tens of thousands of people in the care industry last night. 100,000 or so are coming in the NHS. They pretend, again, another lie, that this is because they want to protect patients. They don't give a damn about patients. They let tens of thousands die in care homes at the start of this fiasco. They couldn't care less. They tell us that the NHS is in crisis. So you're going to do what? Sack 100,000 or more staff. They don't care about the NHS, and they certainly don't care about its patients. What they care about, and others have said it because they're right, they care about controlling you. Yeah. And it is coming for all of us. If you don't work in a care home and you think you're not affected, wait. If you don't work in the NHS and you think it's not going to affect you, wait. You won't be able to go to the cinema or a restaurant or a pub. It's coming for every one of us. Every single one of us. They are bringing us towards a social credit system. We will be like China. We will have our every move monitored. Everything we use will be rationed. Our money will be controlled. We will be at the complete mercy of a corrupt, lying government. That's where we're going. Make no mistake about it. That is where we are going. And the people are disgusting politicians pretend to honour today were torn in their graves. They had to go into trenches and endure bombs. Here's what you have to do. Do not comply with this. Do not put your masks on. Masks will be back. Do not put them. Hold your ground. Hold your strength. Hold out. Make sure. This is how you're going to fight back. No bombs, no trenches. Just refuse. Continue to refuse. The other thing you have to do, and if you don't mind, I'm just going to I am holding a public meeting, and I've got some leaflets. Please come and get some. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to do this. That lot in there are your enemy now. They pretend to be your representative. They are your enemy. They have taken the jobs of tens of thousands of people last night. They'll continue to take more. So what you have to do is take their job.
Yes!
Kick them out. And really, you've got to do this. Kick them out. Every year on year, every election, what do? We vote them all back in again. That's why they think they can keep getting away with this. That's why they keep doing what they do. Stand against them. Stand for election yourself. You can do it. You can do it. And if you're lacking confidence in this and you think, I'm not able to do what they can do, let me tell you what, you care about this country and its people, you are already far superior to every politician in this country. Far superior. Stand against them, take their jobs, come to my meeting 12th of December, come and get a leaflet from me. I've stood for election several times. I will tell you exactly how to do it. Go out there and talk to the people. Sidestep the corrupt, rotten media, because that's what they are. The media is the rotten heart of all of this. And the last speaker was absolutely right. It is at the top. It is at the top. Boris Johnson and his corrupt, treasonous cabinet are behind this. Kick them out. Kick them out. You have to. You have to. Short term, don't comply. Long term, stand against them, take their jobs, and take your country back. That is what you need to do. Thank you very much.
Unfortunately, a lot of people are too weak to stand up against
Thank you everyone for coming and standing for your freedom.
what's wrong.
today.
You know
Thank
what?
you
They know
very
it's wrong,
much.
but they've not got the
Maybe
strength
two
to
more,
stand
but
up.
never
That's why
mind.
people like this need to come out and stand up
today,
for
so
them.
thank you.
And hopefully give yeah. I still got my cup and Wetherspoons for my coffee, Jess.
Any chance you can get that to David Clues on Unity Newsletter? And you put some of it on tonight.
Right, have I got him on? Is he on Telegram?
He is.
I
Yeah.
won't have him though. Can you just find people if you're not connected to them?
I'm not sure you can. But, you've got me on Telegram.
I don't think I've only just. That one was on offer that day. So, this one is about 9:30. Yeah, sorry people, I went off, I was trying to get Kevin's phone number so I could add it to him. So what I'm going to do, I think we're just about done here now. And we'll catch up with you soon at the next one, no doubt. So peace, love and light to everybody, and government, go fuck yourself.
The whole manifesto there.